man, and we're going to get to those rumors. But first off, man, let's start off with Yella Beezy, man. Now, Yella Beezy, crazy, man. And I want to bring up this news report, and that's the best place to start. So let's start here, man. Hopefully, I know y'all can see this right here. Let's start off with this NBC News story, man, because it's the most recent.
Rapper Yella Beezy has been arrested and accused of orchestrating the murder of another rapper in 2020.
Rapper Mo3 was gunned down on I-35E. Images of a gunman on the freeway were widely shared at the time. NBC5's Allie Spilliards joins us with more on the arrest. What do you know, Allie?
Brian and Brittany, on Tuesday, a grand jury indicted rapper Yella Beezy, otherwise known as Marquise Conway, with capital murder while remuneration.
Now, what's crazy about this is when Yella Beezy first got indicted, I was like, man, it's been a long time. I know it's been about 5 years since the Mo3 situation happened. So Yella Beezy, I don't know, y'all tell me in the chat if y'all think so. He had to be shocked and surprised by this news. I mean, a lot of people say that when you have a murder over your head, you never really truly relax. Like, you're never in a situation where you're relaxed or you feel relaxed or you feel that you could let your hair down and everything will be all right, man. You'll always have that hanging on the back of your head. But I mean, after 5 years, it's crazy, man. That's absolutely crazy if you ask me. I think after 5 years, you're talking about, man, somebody who probably did feel like they, might have put this behind them, or somebody who probably did feel like, yo, I had gotten past this incident and it's on to new and better things or whatever's going on, right? But in Yella Beezy's case, that was not the truth, man, because as we see, Yella Beezy ended up getting picked up like the story said. But man, let's continue.
In connection to the 2020 shooting death of Mo3. Today, Conway was booked into the Dallas County Jail. A grand jury referral says Conway hired a man named Keywan White to kill Melvin Noble, also known as Mo3. Noble was killed in a brazen attack on I-35 near Marsalis Avenue on November 11, 2020. Police.
Yo, Maggot Cat, I gotta give you this one. You know what I mean? I don't know who want to mess around in Memphis, man.
Say Noble stopped on the freeway when a dark-colored vehicle approached him. They say that's when the man in the other vehicle got out of his car with a gun and began walking towards Noble's car. Noble then got out and ran away. Investigators say the armed man chased Noble and fired several shots, hitting him at least once. A second person in a nearby car was also struck but survived.
I'm wondering why nobody ever got the word from the person who was in the other car who got hit. Like, there was an innocent bystander when Mo3 got shot who ended up getting shot as well, like they just said in the story, right? That person has a first-person account of exactly what happened. They sitting in their car, or they're basically sitting in their car when in the middle of the highway, somebody stops, or in the middle of the freeway, somebody stops in the middle of the road. Somebody is running down the road with a rifle in their hand, shooting at the person. And Mo3, I wish, man, Mo3 was able to get to his gun, man. I just wish, man, because I think that would have evened the odds. And dude was clearly in a situation where he was broad and he was coming at a broad pace. Like Mo3 probably could have got out of that situation by taking dude out and making it. You know what I'm saying? It looked like he could have made it if he would have been able to get to his piece, man. But sadly enough, he wasn't able to. They said something was up with the glove compartment or something like that. That's why it's always good, man, to do your random checks through your vehicle, random checks through your crib, make sure everything is accessible that you need to get to. And I'm not advocating anybody to carry or do anything like that, but, it's a sad situation when things malfunction and you can lose your life, man. Just one of those things to think about, right?
Now, up until now, Keywan White and another man named Devin Brown had been indicted on a murder charge linked to that shooting.
Okay, man, and I hate to stop so quick, but this Devin Brown dude, man. Now, is it true Devin Brown had a romantic relationship with one of the young ladies that Mo3 was messing with, man? They said his whole reason for riding shotgun in this situation, or maybe even being the driver, I don't think they've ever cleared that up, in the situation was they shared a similar love interest. And I think they also say that at the end of this story, but just, let's check that out. Because Devin Brown, recently, him and Keywan White, they're in the feds for their gun charges. They were felons in possession of a gun, right? Well, their Fed charges are about to run out. And we're going to check a little bit of that out in a second, but let's go.
While police have said White is the suspected shooter, they said Brown was upset over a relationship. As for Yella Beezy's alleged involvement, police have not given a potential motive.
Now, y'all heard that, right? Am I tripping? Or did they say that it was about a
Rapper
relationship?
Yella Beezy has been arrested and accused of orchestrating the murder of another rapper in 2020.
Rapper Mo 3 was gunned down on I-35E. Images of a gunman on the freeway were white.
So yeah, Devin Brown allegedly was messing with somebody that Mo 3 was messing with, which is such a sucker way to go out. You know what I'm saying? Like, why in the world would that motivate you to kill him? I mean, obviously, he probably got more money than you, a little bit more fame, a little bit more swag, but you don't know if a rapper has more money than you. Just because they're flexing online, you see them doing things, it doesn't mean that they have a lot of money, man. We've come to learn that not even the hard way, just through social media and rappers giving their own testimony. You know what I mean? But to orchestrate somebody's murder behind it it's crazy, man. I ain't gonna trip. That's crazy. All right, y'all do me a favor, man. Everybody in here, I think it's like 51 of y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button right now, man. And for everybody who already did, as KG would say, you the real MVP. You know what I'm saying? But man, let's go on to this next news story before we get into those charges and things with Devin Brown and Keywan White, man. Now, Keywan White, before we even go there, is an interesting character, man. This dude had alleged crazy shootings under his belt, all sorts of weird relationship things going on, and I don't judge, like, you know, you get it how you get it, you know what I'm saying? But for a street dude, his story is not the normal street dude story, I'll say that, man. You know what I mean? Because he's got other people, you know, other shootings out there that people are saying that he had committed as well. But I have yet to see any proof or anything of that. You know what I mean? Hold up. Let me see how y'all doing on these likes, man. Oh, 22 likes is cool. But, man, 62 would be better. So, man, y'all do me a favor. Y'all make sure y'all run up them likes. Hit that like button. Let's go. You know what I mean? All right, so let's check out this second news story about Yella Beezy, man. All right. Let me look, while that loads up, man, let me look in my chat and see what everybody on, man. Who's out here? What we got going?
Conway, who goes by the name...
All right, man, so this story kind of reiterates a lot of the things that we've talked about before, but it just gives a little spill because, you know, the local Fox affiliates, they usually, man, go for the action, like it's cops or something still on, you know what I mean? My bad, y'all. Let me see.
Conway, who goes by the name Yella Beezy, was arrested and charged for a murder-for-hire scheme. He was arrested earlier this week connected to the 2020 figure. Dallas rapper Marquise Conway, who goes by the name Yella Beezy, was arrested and charged for a murder-for-hire scheme. He was arrested earlier this week connected to the 2020 murder of another rapper. Fox 4's Stephen Dahl is in the newsroom with more. Stephen.
Steve, the murder victim back in 2020 was Melvin Noble, who went by Mo 3. Noble was killed in...
Now, have y'all seen any of the stuff of Mo 3's mom kind of going to social media and putting it out there, you know, her sending, you know, basically, you know, asking for justice for Mo 3? I just thought that was interesting because I saw the picture of them all together, Mo 3, Yella Beezy, and I believe it was Trap Boy Freddy or whatnot, man. So to think they was in his mama's house, and then it always ends up like this, man, especially in hip hop. It always seems like cats will be friends, and then all of a sudden they're enemies. Look at King Von and Quando Rondo. Look at even go far as back as Biggie and Tupac. Biggie used to sleep on Tupac's couch, literally, you know, and Tupac used to try to school him in what the rap game was and entertainment and try to focus on both ends of that, literally, man. So it's weird, man, that cats start off as friends, then they end up being enemies to this extreme.
An ambush-style shooting during the day while he was on I-35 in Dallas. Investigators identified Kewan Dontrell White as the shooter in that crime. White is currently serving 9 years in prison for a firearm charge connected to the shooting. Conway, who goes by Yella Beezy, is accused of hiring White to kill Noble.
All right, Steve, what's the backstory on this?
He wanted to get to the juicy part. But man, I will never forget that day and that scene, because I think it was this same exact week that King Von had passed away, man. That Mo 3 got shot. And this, man, on the highway, these dudes knew they wasn't never getting away or something, man. Like, there wasn't dude Kewan White, like I said, I don't know, maybe he just gave it up to the game because he ain't care, you know what I mean?
What are prosecutors saying about a motive for this hit on Noble?
Yeah, so we've requested court documents outlining the claims by investigators to arrest Conway. We usually are able to get...
This is the important part right here. I hope y'all lock in, man, because it's not sealed right now, but they've leveled it up to the grand jury, so the grand jury is actually controlling this case. So when we get the information on the charges, the motive, all the summary and stuff besides what we've seen so far, it's pretty much going to be spoon-fed to us.
Get an arrest warrant affidavit. That's where we get a summary of the evidence in the case, but because this case was a grand jury referral, we don't have access to that information. So exactly how Conway is linked to the murder for hire plot is unknown, but it was strong enough information for the grand jury.
Got it. So the murder or hit was almost 5 years ago. What's Conway's current status?
So at last check, jail records show that Conway is still in jail being held on a $2 million bond.
Now, a lot of people in the comment sections of one of my videos was like, oh, Yella Beezy got money. Yella Beezy got a G-Wagon he can sell. He got all this that he can sell or do, man. And he flashes a lot of money or whatnot. So this, I was anticipating he'd be out on bond quick, like immediately. Like it wouldn't be anything but a thing, you know what I mean? But it looks like Yella Beezy is still in custody, man. Now, it might be a paperwork issue. It might be some administrative stuff that needs to be handled between him and the bail bondsman to get that amount of money transferred or whatnot. But $200,000 just cash lying around is rough, man. That's rough. I mean, hopefully y'all was listening to Boosie when he talked about his trials and tribulations going through the rap game and ended up having a case where he was on death row and then his case getting downgraded and then him eventually coming home. During all that time, man, when you fighting these cases and stuff like that, man, that money dries up. Like Lil Durk is in a position to where I don't think he's seen the full effects of that yet, but it's definitely coming. Witty sounds and looks like a black Shrek, the ogre. I don't know. Funny, man. A black Shrek ogre, man. People always, man, they always trip out when they see me in person, man. It's a good joke, though.
Bruh.
All right, back to the topic, man. Sometimes I get in the chat and I get to cruising. But besides that point, the main point of that is, I don't know if Yella Beezy is going to have the money just on hand to pay that bond, man. He might. He probably does. It's not a stretch, you know what I'm saying? He's out there balling, so it's not a stretch. But we will see.
If he is able to bond out, there's a list of things that he would have to abide by to be in those rules and regulations until his court appearance.
Got it. Okay. All right, Stephen Dow.
All right. So even if he does bond out, Yella Beezy is going to have a list of rules, regulations, and things that he's going to have to abide by. But Yella Beezy seems unproblematic. He doesn't seem like a guy who's in the streets like that. He doesn't seem like a guy who really gets into anything, to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever seen anything outside of this and the rainwater situation and him obviously getting shot. But we'll say, okay, so let's get to some of the rumors on that. Now, the rumors out here is that Yella Beezy, Mo 3, Trap Boy Freddy were all in a situation where they were busting at, were ops. and that Mo3 was allegedly the aggressor in the situation. Mo3 was allegedly the one who was actually trying to put belt to ass when it came to this beef. Like, he got upset with Yella Beezy behind the Roy Lee situation. And like I said, this is all rumor. So y'all stop me and correct me if you want, especially in the chat. But that's the rumor, man. The rumor is that, yo, when it came to that situation with Roy Lee, that was the nail. I mean, that was the straw that broke the camel's back when it came to Mo3. And that's why he was so heavily on Yella Beezy's head. And he rumored to be the one responsible for what happened to Yella Beezy. So this would in turn be a retaliation shooting. Now, is all that true? Is any of that factual? I do not know. I don't believe it is. I think all these guys are just, their names get thrown in here because they're big rappers. But that's what the streets are saying. I'm going to keep it funky, man. That is exactly what the streets are saying. And that's exactly what people are believing out here, man.